Hi, this is Yolanda Van Veen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to prune a lemon tree. Lemon trees are such a delight in the garden. If you live in a warm climate, you can leave them outdoors year-round. If you live in a cold climate, you can just throw them into the garage or a greenhouse, and you can still grow them and have lemons to enjoy all summer long. But lemons should be pruned, and there's a few rules that you should follow when you prune a lemon tree. So like other fruit trees, lemon trees will grow and make nice bushy plants. And when you're pruning them, the theory is not to cut more than 1/3 of the plant back each year. And you want to prune them starting the first or second year so that you train them. And you want to make sure to trim them back at least 1/3. So you just cut out all of the random branches, and so that they get more air and more sunlight into the main plant. And then you'll get larger and more lush lemons from that plant. And by pruning them, you do get better fruit, and you can train the tree to be much fuller, and it will be much stronger in the end. And when you're pruning trees, the rule of thumb is to trim at an angle. So this cut from E to F is actually the correct cut when you're pruning any tree. And if it's a larger branch, it's always easier to start from one side and then the other side and meet in the middle. And that way the bark doesn't rip off and you don't do damage to the main branch or the main trunk of the tree. And you never want to cut too far out either, because if you cut too far out at an angle, it still will be more susceptible to rot because more water will get inside. And you don't want to cut right flush with the tree either, because then it will be damaging to the main trunk. And you want to really support that trunk, because that is the part of the plant that's going to survive no matter what. So the best cut is at just barely at an angle, maybe an inch or two from the main trunk. And as you cut away, then you'll realize that a lot more sun will get to the tree and that it'll grow so much better. So the best time to trim your lemon tree is right after it's produced the fruit in the fall, and then that way it can grow some new growth for the next year. You can trim it in the middle of winter as well. As long as it's not growing and not producing flowers, then it's a really good time to trim it. And I always try to remember not to trim too much and leave some main branches, at least 3 to 5 main branches, and trim out all the rest. And then as it grows, it'll just fill in from those main branches, and it'll produce much better fruit than if you just left it wild.